Corn maze is always something that folks like to hit up, maybe a haunted house, but there are lots of items, I think, on folks' fall bucket list. You kind of want to check them off one by one.
And if heading to the corn maze is yours, it's also our Megan Selensky, and she's checking it off her list this morning. She's doing us live out in Edinburgh from Wooden Nickel Buffalo Farm, where a local couple there works together every year to bring a bit of fall fun to their community. Good morning, Megan.
Mark, Brissa, good morning. I will admit, doing this in the dark, I have jumped a few times and I have been a little scared myself. Even though it's not a haunted maze, I've gotten my scares in. I'm here with Buffalo Dan. And Dan, can you tell us a little bit about what it takes to set up the maze every year?
Well, it's a year in the making. We have to create a design, and once spring hits and we can actually plant the corn, which is everything is conventional, planting the corn normal. But it's when we actually have to come in and cut the design, which when the corn is about 10 inches to 12 inches high is when I'll actually come in here and cut the design out. And then all summer long, it's a process of maintaining the design until we actually open. And we do open earlier than what most people would think. We open the middle of August and run right through into November.
And you talked about some of that maintaining is you have to cut the design out multiple times to keep the corn from growing back, yes?
Yes. Corn regrows like grass when it's young and tender, little plants. So yes, it's a lot of maintaining until we actually open. It's not as easy as what everybody actually thinks it is. So there's a lot of work that goes into it.
And as we were walking, we were talking a little bit about how it's different every year, so there's not always the same. What kind of goes into deciding your themes and the design every year, and how do you change it up for people to come back year after year?
That's been a difficult challenge over the years, coming up with a new design. We've gone through quite a few. Sometimes they just snap and they come into our heads and, okay, that's what we're going to do. Sometimes it's last minute before we create something. But all in all, over the years, it's worked out, and we've come up with them, and they work out to our advantage.
So we're going to keep on walking through here, through the corn maze, and Mark, Brissa, we'll send it back to you, and at 6:30 we'll have more, and hopefully we'll be out by then. So live from the Wooden Nickel Buffalo Farm, Megan Selensky, Erie News Now.
All right, be careful out there, Megan. Don't get lost.
Yeah, that is a tough path to not get lost in a maze like that, especially when it's so dark out there.